Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and thank you so much for joining us tonight, whether you're listening on one of the many glorious apps or on your computer machine. Thanks for making High on Sports a part of your evening. And we got a busy show here. This is our first show back since Easter, since it was yesterday. You guys have a good Easter,
I did.
everybody?
It was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it was wonderful.
That's good.
There's
That's
nothing
good.
better than hanging out with the family
I went
that
to,
you like.
I went to a nice restaurant, and I had a big old steak, and it was
That's-
delicious. And a steak,
Steak's always good.
some mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes are the key.
That's right. That's how we do Easter
Oh,
where I'm from.
I love me some mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. We could do a whole show about mashed potatoes.
Oh, my
But we're just not going to because we have got way too
That
much
would
to
be
get to this week. Quick programming note. There is no High on Sports next week. It's our spring break. Woo! We're going to Daytona Beach. We're going to get
know
messed
it.
up.
Yeah, watch some
We're not.
Florida baseball.
Yeah.
Them
We're
crazy
gonna watch
Marlins.
The Marlins.
The Miami Marlins. Something la la
la
la.
la 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 la. Yeah, no, we're not doing any of that.
Not at all.
It's just gonna be really boring. We're just gonna sit at home quietly. But but that's for next week. This week we've got a jam-packed High on Sports for you tonight. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll free 1-888-668-0742. Get in the chat room if you're watching the show on MSC. To the right of the viewer, there's a place to log into a chat room. I'm not in yet, but I'm getting there now. You will be immediately logged in talking to myself, Ashley, and Von Erich. And again, you do not need a password. Just put a name, hit enter. I am Ralphie. There's an exclamation mark. So that's how you know it's me. and whoever else may be in there, we got, of course, Jerome Sandusky, friend of the
As
show.
always.
Friend of the show, Jerome Sandusky. By the way, fun fact, a gag order has been issued about the case.
Ooh.
So no one else is allowed to talk about it. So there goes all the news about that. That's all you got to say there. There's nothing else to bring up. Gag order just means story dead for now. You know, the trial's in, what is it, like June or something, I think?
Yeah, dude, this
Oh, well.
whole court thing. They
Courts
they
are crazy,
drag it
man.
out so
Courts
long.
be crazy.
On freaking TV, that's like 10 minutes. They're arrested, they're in court.
I know, Law and Order, they have a whole court thing in just an episode.
Yeah.
Plus
No, in
arresting
life-
the guy.
In life, it takes
insane.
like 7 months
Too long.
just to arrest them and get them through their. Yeah, it's.
As always, email the
crazy.
show questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com and get to the website highonsportsradioshow.com where 2 weeks from tonight, my mock draft will be unveiled. That is right. We're going to break it down on the show and we're going to post it on the website for you to
I like it.
see it at home and share with all your friends. And
Will
it's
it
good
really
stuff.
be that much different from any of the other mock
Oh,
drafts?
it's shocking. It's shocking. I'll give you a little taste. I have Andrew Luck 1. Here's my top 3, by the way. Top 3. This is what we call a tease. in the
Get a
business.
little tease.
We got Andrew Luck. We've got Robert Griffin III and Matt Kalil. Crazy! Nah, we'll see what happens. That's actually
One of those years.
That's actually as far as I've gotten so far. But I got 2 weeks, so we're fine. All right, well, let's get right into things here. Again, busy show. It is round 1. Let's go. The 1. Woo! All right,
No.
First things first. Von Erich is in his glory right now because baseball season is here, really here. Not when they opened up in Japan. That didn't count.
No,
Yeah,
that didn't
does
count.
not
No,
count at
baseball
all.
season is here, and it is real. It is very real. It started with a one-game series. This is just weird. They don't know how they want to open it. It started with that one-gamer in Miami, Cardinals and Marlins.
Yeah, what the heck was that,
A
too?
one-game series? What is this?
That was some
What
crap,
is
too.
this
We're just going to ignore that.
business?
Can we ignore that one, too?
You know what
Yeah,
we
that
can't
was just
ignore?
a scrimmage.
You know what we can't ignore? The Big Apple, because it consumes the news. And the New York Mets are 3-0.
Whoa!
And the New York
Undefeated.
Yankees are 0-3.
I love it.
Let's go, Mets, go. Yes.
I love when the Yankees do bad.
Man, that was the one thing getting in their way was that supreme talent that is Jose Reyes. Once you got that out of the way, nothing can
You
stop
go
him now.
You open up season 3-0.
He
There
was
you go.
not welcome in New York.
No,
Apparently.
not. It was sad how it ended. He just went out after a base hit so he could make sure he got the, NL, like the best batting average in the National League. You remember that, Von Eric? Last game of the season.
Yep.
Just came in, got a base hit, and left.
That's messed up.
Didn't want to risk having the best
See,
batting
that's
average.
lame.
That's stupid. I don't like it.
I'd have threw a baseball at him.
Anyways, let's get local here and let's talk about our beloved Cleveland Indians. 1-2.
They hurt me.
Hurt a little bit.
Technically, we should be 3-0.
Theoretically, all right, well, here's the thing. We're 1-2, but it was a good 1-2. Both the losses came in extra innings, and of course, we don't need to remind you, the opener was a 7-4 loss to the Blue Jays. That took 16 innings.
I wasn't sure that game was ever going to end.
That is the longest opening day game in the history of Major League Baseball.
And it was cold as
16
hell down
innings.
there.
Yeah, you were there,
Especially
weren't you?
for 16 innings. Wow. It was
How
quite windy.
impressive was Justin Masterson, though?
He really was
My
great.
God. 8 innings,
1 run.
2 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 10 strikeouts.
Why didn't see? And that's what I don't like about Acta. You know what? He's still in that kind of a game. Just let him go all the way.
Now here's the thing. I knew you would say this because this was something you brought up a lot last year. I knew you would say this. I knew you're like a broken record. I know it's coming.
I'm all for letting them go all the way.
Here's the thing though about that. I'm not gonna fault Manny Acta because hindsight's 2020. Obviously, had he left Masterson in, looking at it now, the Indians probably would have won, theoretically. But of course, he put Perez in, and Perez lost 4-1 at the time?
Yeah.
Lost a 4-1 lead, gave up 3 runs in the 9th. Wow, the box score starts at the 6th. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
It's so long that the box score, unless you click to bring up the full box score,
That's funny.
starts at the 6th inning. Anyways.
Yeah, during the 14th, we had our second 7th inning stretch.
Oh, my God, that's true. Did they do Peanuts and Cracker Jacks again?
Oh, yes, they
They
did.
did it a second
Did
time?
they really?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's awesome. But, like I said, hindsight being 2020, he should have left him in. But you can't fault him for putting his closer in in a save situation. That's what the guy is here to do.
I get it, and he is
He
normally
expected him to shut the door.
Normally, he is a really good closer, but sometimes when you're having a great game like that, let him finish it out. It's their game. Let him finish it out. Because, how many times last year did Masterson get screwed out of wins because he was throwing a 1-run ball game, and either the hitters we couldn't get a run across, or the bullpen comes in and blows it.
Masterson's the kind of guy, a lot of times when someone leaves, like your team, whatever team you root for, when a guy leaves, you think, oh, son of a bitch, like LeBron. All right, I'll go there that early in the show. 8 minutes in, and we reference LeBron.
Damn.
I know, we had a good streak going. But, like LeBron, we're like, oh, screw you, traitor. This is an instance, though, where if Masterson ever leaves in free agency or something, I'm going to be like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And it's not even necessarily that the tribe as a whole aren't hitting or haven't been hitting in the last
They just
season.
can't hit for him.
It's just for him, and I don't get it.
Neither do I.
It is an anomaly that makes no sense.
Everybody else, they give him 4 or 5 run support. Masterson comes in, they're lucky if they put 1 on the board.
It's insane.
Masterson has to throw a shutout for 9 innings, and he still might not get the win because they might get shut out.
Yep. This is ridiculous. Although, like I've said, I do not fault Manny Acta for going to the bullpen and going to Chris Perez
don't.
for the 9th because that's a save situation. That's your closer. That's what they're here for. That's what he's supposed to do is come in the 9th and shut the door. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and the Indians did end up going 16 innings. And then we go to the next day. Another great performance from the starting pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez.
Only 1 hit.
Only 1 hit. He was hitless through 7 2/3, right?
Yeah.
Now the problem was
he was perfect through 5.
Yeah, and he eventually gave.
And
up
then
a
he
walk.
gave up a walk, so
And
he
then,
was
of course,
hitless through 6.
We get to the 7th, and he gets 2 people out. He walks 2, gives up a base hit, his first hit of the game, and of course that hit, brings both those runs to the plate, and it tied it 2-2. So he goes on 1 pitch, going from a no-hitter, shutout, to a no decision on 1 pitch.
Yeah.
A no decision 1-hitter. And then, of course, the Indians came back, Later they came, it eventually went to the 12th, and the Indians ended up losing that one. Also 7-4 again.
Yeah, that one was tough because we honestly were in the perfect position to win it, and their third baseman Lowry made that diving catch on what's his name, that just totally ended it.
Yeah, he's the guy that came over from Minnesota, and I bet they're kicking themselves now in Minnesota that they couldn't hold on to a guy like that. And then we flash forward to the next day. Beautiful Easter Sunday yesterday. Beautiful weather. The Tribe finally get the W, 4-3. Chris Perez comes in at the end, gets a little scary again.
Loads of bases and has to face Batista. Are
And
you
gets
kidding
Joey
me?
Bats to pop it up. And then that
One
pop-up.
batter you don't want to face, and you have the bases loaded for him.
And then that pop-up, though, at the end, he pops it up, and all of a sudden it seemed like it was in the air for
Oh my
3
God, I know.
hours. And we're sitting there watching it, and it's like Hanahan's going to call for it. And then Hanahan suddenly just drops out, and it's like, Asdrubal's calling for it, and Asdrubal just at the last second books it and catches it at the very last second.
Yeah.
It's like, you just can't make it easy, can you?
Yeah, and he made like his one out of maybe 3 errors he makes in the whole season,
yeah.
which that didn't.
That wasn't even his fault, really. It jumped up at his wrist. I know they're
Yeah.
going to count that as an error, but it
Took a bad hop,
Yeah,
but he
it
tried
took
to.
a bad hop.
He was trying to get to the base and make the
yeah,
throw
it
before
should have
he
been the
caught
double
the
play
ball.
ended. And how about Derek Lowe winning his debut at the Indians?
Oh, how about that?
How you feeling about Derek Lowe right now, Von Erich?
I'm liking it. Another strong performance from starting pitching. Hopefully we can get the same thing tonight from Tomlin.
Josh Tomlin. Yeah, they
yeah,
should
I'm liking
have
it, starting
started by
pitching.
now, right?
Yes, Tribe is down 1-0.
All right, Von Erich's gonna have our score
Damn it.
updates every once in a while. But so Indians in action right now, but they won yesterday. Finally in the win column, playing the White Sox tonight. It was really hard from a fantasy baseball aspect of it to watch this series because Bautista was my first pick, number 2 overall. So obviously you want production out of your first your first round pick. The whole time I'm sitting there just like, get a home run, just like one, but make sure it doesn't change the game. Or like the main thing I was rooting for is don't strike out. Get a ground ball, pop it up. Get out in some way where you put contact on the ball, because a strikeout loses me a point. So all I'm really rooting for is do something but not too much. Is really what I was rooting for. It's just really hard. It's really hard to root for anyone to be like, don't go all the way, but go part of it.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing in fantasy football. When one of our guys is playing the Browns, it's like, well, crap.
Sometimes I'll purposely not start someone if they're playing against the Browns.
I know, I
Even though
do
I know
too.
they might have their best game of the year.
That's what I do too. I can't.
I'll be like, I don't want to sit there with like divided rooting interests.
Yeah.
Because the fantasy stuff is fun, but you take it too far when you're rooting against your team for any reason. When
And that's
you can
why I
cheer-
don't like. I'm like, they're playing
Yeah.
the Browns. Nope.
If I got to a point where Bautista hit like a home run or a grand slam or something to win the game, to end the game, and I cheer for it, that's when I go in and I like delete my fantasy account and I don't play it ever again. Because as soon as your rooting interest takes over
Or for the team,
your
or
actual
yeah.
team interest, you've taken fantasy sports too far. And there's people out there like that. They'll be a Browns fan or something and they're just like, oh, I just want, blah, 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 to get like 6 touchdowns and just destroy them. And it's like, but dude, then they lose. Why do you want that?
Exactly.
It's just a fantasy. It's all
Exactly.
make-believe. It's Dungeons and Dragons for sports fans. Let's be honest, that's what it is. We're losers. We're nerds too, guys. We're just different kind. All right. Well, Indians. A positive weekend. Granted, they don't come out on top. It is a 1-2, but definitely a lot of good things to take away from this weekend. One flaw I would find right now would have to be probably pitching late in games, like the bullpen is. But we'll see how that goes because that was their major strength last season.
Yeah.
So give it time. Again, things just started. Wait till things start getting some momentum. We start getting in the full swing of things, and we'll see what happens. And of course, we'll be talking about that all season long. Really, there's our summer right there. But let's move on to something else here real quick. The Saints bounty scandal. If you hadn't heard today, the appeal of head coach Sean Payton, who's suspended for a season, his appeal's been denied. It doesn't surprise anyone. He went to the same guy who gave him the punishment for the appeal. That's like you're a teenager or something, all right? And you got a curfew. It's like 11 o'clock. Be home by 11. You get home at like 12:30. You walk in. Your mom's like, you're grounded. Go to your room. You go to your room. Next day, you go, hey, Mom, I'm glad I bumped into you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit here. I know I have the curfew at 11, but I was with some friends. We lost track of time. Hanging
tried
out with
that.
my buddies, having a good time.
Never works.
You know, just didn't catch up on the clock. So we good here? Are we done? No, we're not. I didn't
You're
change
still
my mind.
grounded.
And that's basically what this was. It was like, hey, Roger Goodell. I know kind of let them pay players to hurt people and stuff, but I really wanted to win, and, are we good? Are we going to be good here? Are we fine? No, you're still suspended a whole year. Drats. Now, he knew it wasn't going to get appealed. The only thing was, by appealing it, he's allowed to continue working while the appeal process was going.
Yeah.
A lot of people were sort of going nuts in, in the radio land and stuff. It was like, why is he appealing? It's so stupid. Because he got to work through the appeal.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he's done working on the first. He bought himself 8 days. He bought himself over a week of more time to work with the team and help put together the structure for the upcoming draft and everything. And more time to try to figure out, who was going to replace him. I don't think it's going to be Parcells. I think they're just going to promote from within. But anyways, we have got some new groundbreaking audio here. This is, let me explain real quick. There's let me get this guy's name. There's a guy named Gleason who used to play for the Saints. Now he's got that disease. He's got Lou Gehrig's disease, or whatever the technical name for
ALS.
it is. Thank you, Steve Gleason. Retired special team standout Steve Gleason. And filmmaker Sean Pamphilin. That's a weird name. Sean Pamphilin was, walking around with him, recording almost everything to see what he could use for the documentary about Steve Gleason. And then Steve Gleason says to him, now this is the game right before they played, the Saints played the 49ers in the second round of the playoffs this past season. He goes to, they're like, hey Steve, why don't you come into this team meeting with us before the game? He says, okay, and he turns to his buddy who's making the documentary, and he says, Sean, why don't you come in with me? All right, that's huge. I would absolutely go with him, right? I'm with him so far. So he goes in with him, and he records. This is defensive coordinator. We got the clip we're about to play in just a second. This is what Greg Williams, excuse me, the defensive coordinator for the Saints, said to his team right before, like 15 minutes before kickoff in that playoff game against the 49ers. Chris, can we play that? All right, here we go.
We got a lot of guys up at the top.
Oh, wait, I paused it for a second. Let me just, I forgot to say something. There is some profane words here. The F word is tossed around a few times. This is grown men talking and using language that you might not find appropriate for children. So if there are children, cover their ears or put in some headphones or something, or kick them out for just a second.
Play SpongeBob.
Go, yeah, have them watch SpongeBob or something. And here we go. This is defensive coordinator Greg Williams talking to his Saints before the playoff game against the 49ers.
We got a lot of guys up at the top. Kill the head, the body will die. Kill the head, the body will die. We've got everything in the world to make sure we kill Frank Gore's head. We want him running sideways. We want his head sideways. Little 32, we want to knock the fuck out of him. He has no idea what he's in for. When he's on the sideline, we got to turn that motherfucker over, turn the coaches over, turn the spectators over, go get that motherfucker on the sideline. It's a great game. It's production business. We hit fucking Smith right there. Remember me. I got the first one. So lay that motherfucker out. We're going to dominate the line of scrimmage, and we're going to kill the fucking head. Every single one of you, before you get off the pile, affect the head. Early, affect the head. Continue, touch and hit the head.
All right, so pretty straightforward what he was talking about. By the way, when he says I got the first one, he does a little gesture with his hands, and if you're listening to the replay, I'll explain it. Picture taking your index finger and your middle finger and rubbing them against your thumb. If you're watching, you can probably see me doing it. The international sign of money.
Money.
He's saying, I got the first one, money symbol. So I think you can imagine what he was talking about there. Yeah, I mean, we already knew he did this, and this just piles onto it. So two things to really look at here. First of all, after hearing this, I think he's done forever. He was hired for the job to be the defensive coordinator of the Rams. Now he's been, I think, what did they say, suspended indefinitely or something like that?
Yeah.
I think we're looking at a Pete Rose lifetime ban thing here.
Which I think is kind of crap.
I don't know. He's telling him. The thing is, though, what he's saying, though, what he's saying right there is contradicting everything that the NFL is saying to us about that. He says, touch the head, continue to touch and
that
affect
might be a
the
little
head.
excessive, but the NFL is also turning the game into a sissy game.
They are. I won't argue that. But
And so that's why I'm kind of like, screw that. But at the same time, I think he might have went a little excessive.
But the fact of the matter is, to the media, to the fans, the
And that's
NFL is
what
just
it is.
preaching, we want to end concussions. We're going to fight to stop concussions. That is our main thing. Head injuries, we cannot allow them anymore. You're going to be kicked out of games for hitting people the wrong way. You're going to be fined. All this stuff. And he's saying, touch and affect the head. If you're on the pile,
he's pretty much
hit him in the
screwed.
head before you get up.
He's
You're
screwed.
done, dude.
But see,
you are
what
done.
sucks is, I mean, it's been going on for years. And now he's going to be the scapegoat, which sucks for him. Because,
Well,
I mean, it's been going on since freaking, like, the early 80s and 90s in college. I was watching this thing on ESPN the other day about Miami University. They were knocking people out left and right. They had their own bounty program back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, it's been going on forever.
See,
but now they're just becoming the scapegoats, and Greg Williams is taking the fall. So
That's Miami, though. That's nothing but breaking the law and cocaine. And not the good kind of cocaine, the delicious cocaine energy supplement beverage. I mean the drug.
the powder,
The bad one.
the white
the
snow,
the one you stay away from. As opposed to this one, which you should be running towards.
and downing it like it's
It's the
everything delicious.
sweet nectar of life. I'll drink some now.
Side camera, Ralphie.
Dude, it's legit. It's delicious. I like
know.
the blue one.
I like them both.
I
Anyways,
should have a blue one.
go for it. Anyways, so the other question here. Steve Gleason's come out about this and said that I told him specifically not to release that audio. Quote, I had rights to the audio. While this Sean Pamphilin says, no, I recorded this. In no way is this yours. I felt it appropriate to release it. Now, you and I have talked about this. What?
All right, did he sign a waiver?
I guess there was a lot of stuff signed, and
Okay, if the guy that was recording all the audio, like when we have guests in studios, what
Yeah.
do? We have them sign a
You
release.
would have to sign a release, or we
Right.
can't play what you did.
Right, or we can't have them on the show.
Exactly.
So basically, the problem is, did the guy sign a release saying, hey, all the rights to this audio will belong to the guy that's recording it, or does it say all the rights belong to the coach or whatever? That's the big issue. If the guy signed a release saying it belonged to the guy that was recording it, then the coach doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Pamphilin said, he told Yahoo Sports, we do have a production agreement that I followed. So he says, I can't understand why Steve would think it's in his best interest to prevent me from telling the truth about Greg Williams. So according to the documentary filmmaker, all the rights as far as that goes are taken care of. The legality of releasing this, according to him, is perfectly square and even. So we have to assume, going off of that people signed what they needed to sign and stuff like that. The thing is, though, so the question is, now you and I have talked about this. We know he released it, obviously. He's going to say it was to show the evils of Greg Williams and stuff like that. But you and I both know it's for headlines and maybe even to
Exactly.
promote the upcoming documentary, if it still happens. But the fact of the matter is, would you do a similar thing? Think about it. You have this understanding with this guy, and the guy says, hey, don't do it. Don't send us out there. But you know what this is something big and potentially harmful to the league as a whole and the individual players, and this could hurt people. Do you go public with that, or do you
No.
agree, like, this dude invited me into the room, the least I can do is honor his wishes?
exactly.
No, I release it. I release the hell out
Really?
of it. Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
man. Dude,
What is it? This dude's retired. He doesn't even play anymore. Who cares?
you're screwing how many people over just so you can make a buck?
What, Greg Williams, Sean Payton, the GM for the Saints, the people that were running this thing? You mean?
Because I don't have a problem with the bounty program. They all do it.
I have a problem.
Everybody does it.
But
Just some little snitch ran their mouth about it and let all this stuff go loose, and now this a-hole's releasing audio.
Now, here's what I think, though, is not so bad about him releasing the audio. Is that we already knew. We already knew.
Well, we
that this
already
was going
knew,
on.
but now because of this,
Punishments were already going out there.
he's going to
though,
be done.
All this is going to do is affect Greg Williams.
I mean,
more.
yeah.
I don't care. Screw Greg Williams. Greg Williams is a damn idiot. This isn't even the first place he did it. There's reports that he's done it everywhere
Yeah,
along the way.
But so is everybody else.
Allegedly. We
Oh,
have no-
come on. You know they're all doing
I'm sure
it.
there's other places, yes, but you have to make an example of him.
And
to
that's the
stop
thing
them.
is
Crucify
this
this
dude's
dude.
becoming an example, and it sucks
Good.
ass for him.
I don't care about him.
Well, yeah,
I
but
don't give a crap about Greg Williams.
well, yeah, but you can't just throw one guy under the bus just
You know
to
what
make
I
a
don't
point.
like? You know what I don't like? He said little number 32. That's Kendall Hunter. That's a backup running back. That's not even the starter. Why are you going after some special teams backup running back?
That's a little
That's
excessive.
the victim in all
He
this.
might have.
Kendall Hunter.
Okay, look, he went a little excessive with a lot of it, but at the same point, they're all doing it.
I'm gonna start printing
When-
Save Kendall Hunter T-shirts.
When you're playing in
32
the
on the back.
NFL, your goal needs to be you knock everybody else out in the other team. You hit them as hard as you goddamn can.
The goal's to tackle them.
Your goal is to hit them.
Yeah, not
Hit them hard.
But it's not to,
It's
to crush
football.
their skull.
Not to take them out and
It's football. It is a
Paralyze
contact
them.
sport.
Yeah,
You're wearing
it's
pads.
football.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
don't
a
wanna
Roman
kill 'em.
Coliseum.
You don't want to kill them, but you want to hit them hard and give them a message that says, "Hey, we're here."
That's great. He wasn't saying hit him hard and give him a message. He's saying aim for these spots that there are injuries.
Yeah, clearly he went a
It's
little
different.
excessive.
Send
but
a message. Break this guy's leg and make sure he doesn't walk again. Message
If you
received,
break your
good
leg,
sir.
you'll walk in 6 weeks.
Not necessarily. It
6
can break
weeks.
weird.
6 weeks. You're
Yeah,
walking on
the
a broken
human
leg.
body is both strong and
6
delicate. It can do some. It can withstand a lot of things, but some things can just knock it out forever. You can die with a broken leg.
Yeah, okay.
One of the bones
It's gonna chip
snaps off,
get
goes
into
through
your
your blood and
bloodstream
stabs you in the brain. That's just science. That's not even anything to argue. That's scientific.
That's sports science.
That's anatomy.
Sports
That's
science with Steve Brinkus.
Steve Brinkus. By the way, I saw that today on Michael Floyd, the wide receiver from Notre Dame. From standing, based on his wingspan, height, jumping, all that stuff, he can cover just from standing about 190 square feet
That's ridiculous.
around him. Isn't that insane? That's like almost 10 square feet bigger than Plexico Burress.
That's ridiculous.
I know, it's insane.
I can cover
If
like
he just puts
5
his hands,
square feet.
he puts his hands straight up and stands. He's about 8 feet. If
Oh
you
my
take him
God.
plus his arms up like that,
Oh my god.
that's pretty damn tall.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn tall. I wouldn't be the Browns won't get Michael Floyd though.
No.
Spoiler alert. He's too middle of the pack as far as where
Yeah.
he's projected to go. They're not going to be able to get him late enough for the 22nd. They're not going to get him early enough for the 4th. So you can pretty much write him off. All right, we're going to talk about something we don't talk about much, and I don't think this will start an argument. But we're going to talk a little bit of golf.
Ooh.
You guys watch some golf this week? You catch any
golf.
golf this weekend, Bonner?
Watched a little bit.
Absolutely not.
No? No? Sometimes I
Right
like...
on.
Okay, sometimes... All right, golf, granted, it's never going to be on my radar as much as a basketball or a football or a baseball.
It's just
or
not
something.
exciting.
But sometimes it's nice to relax.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like nice to
I
watch
watched-
a sport where you're not on the edge of your seat and like, oh, come on. Just sit back, enjoy a
chill.
nice spring afternoon with the window open, enjoying a cool breeze, perhaps an iced tea, perhaps an Arnold Palmer. Watch the Masters.
Can't watch golf without an Arnold
from
Palmer.
Augusta.
Dude, that
Just-
golf course is
just
beautiful.
nice.
I will say
Isn't it?
that.
A nice,
It's
lots of shade.
pretty.
But did you see the end, by the way?
I didn't see the end
I
because I wasn't home. But I saw Saturday. I saw where Phil Mickelson was on a roll.
oh, that roll ended.
Yeah, I know.
I'm flipping back and forth between that and eventually the Cavs game. And eventually I see, from Twitter and stuff, I see it's going to do a playoffs. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in. So I flip over to that and I watched the rest of it. I came back to the Cavs and saw Lester Hudson hit that
3 at the buzzer for
basically buzzer
overtime.
beater 3 to force overtime.
Boom.
Yeah, that dude signed another 10-day contract today, and Sources are saying it looks like he might be getting a longer deal than 10 days.
I'm a fan of that.
People are saying his next deal with the Cavs may be counted in years instead of days. Days. I said days. That's weird. But I do got to say that not a huge golf fan, but my jaw dropped on that at that very end there. I don't know if you've seen the highlight of Bubba Watson hits it into the woods. Hit it from the woods onto the green. He couldn't see. All he could tell as far as where the shot went was people cheering. He just heard people go like, oh, and then just erupt into applause.
Go nuts.
And that's when he knew. He didn't even see it. Of course, Bubba Watson won it. Baghdad native. Baghdad, Florida. Anyways, fun fact. All right, that's going to wrap up the first half. In round 2, coming up, we have got What's Urinating Us Off, our weekly NFL mock draft, 3 up, 3 down, so much more. We're going to talk Cuban politics. I'm not joking. Find out why. You're listening to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
This is MSC Weather Update, brought to you by forecaster Jimmy Cornell from NeoWeather.com. Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying your Monday, which doesn't really include much sunlight, as we see clouds have been over us, along with rain showers and a high temperature of 60 degrees. But you wouldn't really notice that 60 degrees unless you're out earlier. We head into Monday night, we'll expect a low temperature in the lower 30s, probably just above the freezing point. But once again, remember guys, we don't need freezing temperatures to see snow, so it may be slightly above the freezing mark, and we'll see some snow showers to be possible. Mainly just a rain and snow chance in the early afternoon or early evening and the later evening. But as we get to the over-end hours of Tuesday, we do have a chance for a couple snowflakes to mix in. But overall, once we head into Tuesday, it's going to be rain showers during the day, at least to be possible. Once again, it'll be isolated, as we have a high temperature in the mid to upper 40s. And then Wednesday will be quite similar, as we have a better chance for precipitation and temperatures in the middle 40s.
Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh my! What's that? We're coming, Little Rock. Are you ready? Hide the wife and lock the doors. Cocaine Energy is coming. Redux Beverages has officially announced the launch of Cocaine Energy in Little Rock, Arkansas. Look for it at your local retailer. And if they don't carry it, tell them they need to stock it. Also available online at drinkcocaine.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies has its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, Pete99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to Pete99.com. Pete99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. Pete99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectified backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectified backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call Joe the Printer Guy! Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Hey guys, I'm Danica Patrick, and when I'm not busy like racing race cars, I'm totally listening to High on Sports every Monday at 9 o'clock on morningshowcentral.com.
Yo, I'm Ralphie. Welcome back to High on Sports. With me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
Best starting lineup in sports radio. I said it once and I will say it again. And you cannot stop me. Get at me, other sports stations.
Yeah.
What? Anyways, thanks for tuning in, whether you're listening on one of the many glorious apps or on your computer. Thanks for making High on Sports a part of your evening.
I will laugh my butt off if we get an email from another sports.
Oh, they can bring it. They know where I am.
They can't handle it. That's the thing.
Email us. shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. That's
wrote
also
down.
for you, the fans. Comments, questions, concerns, what
Yeah.
have you. We'll read them on the show. And remember, as always, you can call in toll-free 1-888-668-0742. And, get in the chat room. If you're watching the show on MSC, which you probably are, get in the chat room. You'll immediately be logged in, talking to myself, Ashley, Von Erich, whoever else may be in there. A special shout-out to Sports McCool. What's up, Sports?
What's up?
What's going on, Sports? Anyways. And as always, get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com. Get there, and of course, you can check out my blog and many other great things. Archive all our past shows. And in 2 weeks, that's right, my single round mock draft will be. No, I'll do a full 7 this. No, I'm not doing that. Actually, I started to say it, and I was like, I'm not taking that time.
God, no.
I am not doing 7 rounds because it'd be 1 round and then a bunch of guesses. Bunch of I'll make up names partway through. Dave McDougan.
See if anybody notices.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll do a full 7 rounds. By the time we get to round 3.5, I'll just start making up names. They'll be like George Clooney.
Dude, yeah, do that.
The Rams select, corner, George Clooney.
Let's see how many people that listen to the show actually listen to the show.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll release 2 mock drafts, and we'll see
There you
which
go.
one's my real one. Who knows? Anyways. All right, well, let's get right into things here. Jam-packed show for you. It is round 2. Let's go. The deuce. All right, it is time for a staple of High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And we're going to start, as we always do, with my good buddy Von Erich. Von Erich, what's urinating you off today?
Well, the Texas Rangers are at home today. Darvish making
Yu
his
Darvish, how's he doing, by the
major
way?
league debut. The game doesn't start until a little bit after
Oh, yeah,
8
they're
o'clock.
behind us.
Damn, West Coast.
And,
Technically, middle.
I don't know where I know where Texas is. Go on. Go on, Von Erich.
And if you happen to be in Texas, in Arlington, and want to check the game, not only is over 200 members of the Japanese media there to cover Yu Darvish. I wonder if they'll be having any of these. But if you're in the crowd, you can go pick up a boomstick. What a boomstick is it's 2-foot long hot dog. It's a pound of beef, topped with onions, chili, and cheese.
And let's flash up the picture before you see what's urinating off. Chris, can we cut to that picture? All right. You see the picture? Everyone look at it. Examine it. Examine it. Do you see what's urinating him off yet? Do you see it? All right. You had enough time. Von Erich, what is it?
It's the price tag of $26.
For a hot dog?
For a hot dog.
You're paying over $1 an inch is what you're paying for.
You know, a regular hot dog is what, like maybe half of a foot long?
Yeah.
Just a normal size hot dog. So
6
this is
inches.
4 hot dogs, 4 chili cheese dogs for $26, basically. And if we can go to the picture once more, this guy bought one for his son, and they want to go into the bullpen store, but obviously no food or drink allowed. So that's what urinates them off.
I like how it says "seen on TV."
No, right?
It should say as seen on MSC. Now.
As seen on who the hell spends $26 on a hot dog?
26 divided by 24 equals. You're paying $1 and just over 8 cents an inch.
Per inch of hot dog.
Per inch of meat.
That's ridiculous.
26 divided by 16 ounces.
Because you figure they normally sell, they like have their foot long
You're
hot
paying
dogs.
like $1.63 for an ounce. $1.63 an ounce of meat.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
add in the toppings. But who knows? Maybe they added in the topping to get the weight. Those bastards.
Right?
That could be a possibility.
Trying to nickel and dime us.
Dude,
into
that's
the
insane.
grave.
I mean, I get it. Everything is more expensive at ballparks,
We're in a down
stadiums,
economy.
wherever.
We're in a down economy right
It's all more expensive. Like a beer is $7 for like a can of beer. But $26 for
Right?
basically 2 foot long hot dogs. That's $13 for a foot long hot dog. No,
And we didn't
those
use
things
a
cost
calculator on
maybe
that one.
$5.
And it's called a boomstick.
A boomstick. Fistful of boomstick.
I mean, my God.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That is absolutely ridiculous. This is what's wrong with this country. Politicians, I hope you're listening. Cheaper hot dogs. Fix the economy.
Now, in comparison, on April 25th, you can go to Progressive Field and get hot dogs for $1.
Dollar dog night.
Dollar dog night. Go to
And you can
go
load
to the
it up.
Indians games.
And you can load it up whatever you want.
Right?
Yeah, relish, onions.
Mustard.
They have condiment
Ketchup.
stations.
get you some mustard on that thing.
Ew.
Ooh.
Not a fan of mustard.
Have yourself a
like-
yellow dog.
I don't like mustard unless it's on a hot
Not
dog.
a fan of it anywhere.
Stadium mustard.
It has
Not
to be
any
stadium mustard.
No
Yeah.
kind of
Bertman's
mustard.
Ballpark.
Bertman,
Ugh.
not even with some good old Bertmans.
I'm disgusted.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
disgusted.
You're fired.
That's fine. If it comes down
That's
to
fine. If it
me
comes down to job or mustard, I'll
Third-
take nothing.
Exactly. I can't. Oh my god, it grosses me out. It touches my tongue and I puke.
Wow. Well,
It's like, blah, get off me.
don't say puke when we're talking about Dollar Dog Night.
Really?
I'm talking about mustard.
But we're sending very mixed signals here.
No.
People hear Dollar Dog Night and then
Put
puke.
all the ketchup you
I don't know
want on
what's
that,
going on.
and put whatever else you want on it. Just
Ketchup's too acidic.
Wait
I
a
love
second.
ketchup.
Wait a second. You're telling me if I brought some mustard in here, you would throw up?
well, no, but if I ate it, I would.
I dare you to.
I'm bringing mustard.
You
in
got
next
two
week.
options. You got two options. You're gonna do this live on the show.
Yeah, you're
or
gonna eat hot
during
dog.
overtime, which returns in 2 weeks. Hopefully.
Don't make me do
can't
it,
wait.
please. Don't make me do
You
it.
got two choices. You can either switch your Facebook to a timeline, or eat a pack.
Oh, that's
or eat a
crap.
packet of mustard.
Oh, that's crap.
No, wait.
You
No,
get two
no.
weeks.
That's not cool.
Wait, hold on. No, this is what she does. She has to turn her Facebook into a timeline, or she has to eat a hot dog with mustard on it.
Oh,
right.
that's not cool, man.
You got 2 weeks to think it over.
I'm not changing my
And
Facebook.
guess what?
We're gonna have
We
some
don't have a
problems.
grill here. You're gonna have a microwaved hot dog.
No, I'll bring one in.
Oh, bring in a grill?
Yeah, I'll bring. No, I'll bring in a grilled hot dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, don't put mustard on it.
Yep.
Or a timeline.
I'm not changing the timeline because I have no idea how that works.
Bertman's or the
I
yellow
look at
Tom?
it and I'm just
Bertman's.
bundles.
Okay,
No, it's
okay.
Bertman's. Bertman's are bust.
Oh, don't do it to me. Don't make me.
We'll see. That's in 2 weeks on Heinz Sports Overtime, which is available on our YouTube channel.
I might be coming down.
Go to
with something.
YouTube, search High on Sports, and don't be fooled by the imposters. The original red, white, and beautiful High on Sports.
Hashtag USA.
Hashtag USA. That's what's up. Hashtag
That's how we roll.
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
I'm tweeting during the Masters, and I just kept putting hashtag jacket.
Hey.
I don't know if it caught on, but I actually did at one point, hashtag get you some jacket, and I clicked it, and it has never been tweeted before until that point.
Dude, that's cool.
I'm the first person on earth to tweet hashtag get you some jacket.
Hey.
So that's a distinct honor that I will live with for the rest of my days. All right, thank you, Von Erich. And now, Ashley, I guess you have a urinating
Yeah.
off this week.
It's
What-
kind of
what is
a
it?
combo between two NBA players because
Oh,
those douchebags seem to urinate me off every day.
Yeah.
One, Lamar Odom, again,
Lamar
being a
Odom,
little crybaby.
Kardashian.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Anywho, him and the Mavs have decided to part ways. Because
I
ever
can
since.
see why that makes you mad.
No, I mean, Lamar Odom makes me mad just because he's a little crybaby and he can't handle not being wanted. But he got all up in arms when LA wanted to trade for him for Chris Paul. Well, I'm sorry. Lamar Odom, Chris Paul. Yeah, you're taking Chris Paul.
We've talked about this before. If someone ever told me, "Hey, we're trading you for Chris Paul," I'd be like, well,
Okay.
that's fine. You get what you can get. I know
Yeah.
I know my self-worth, and I'm no Chris Paul.
Exactly. Lamar Odom's like, you guys don't want me. And I'm like, really? So then he goes to
You're a
Dallas.
bench player.
And the whole time he's in Dallas, he's done nothing for them but cry.
Yep.
And not come, have all these personal issues, and all this other junk. So finally, the Mavs are like, you know what? We're done with you.
Well,
and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry that it didn't work out.
He was a good addition because they didn't have enough emotion in the locker room.
Yeah.
No one was really in touch with their feelings.
They needed.
They needed someone to come in with his
just hugs and butterflies.
with his unisex perfume
Hugs and
just
butterflies.
share with everyone.
And my wife, who's not really a Kardashian, maybe that's part of it. His
No,
wife
she's-
finds out
she's an
not
O.J.
a
Simpson.
She's not a Kardashian. He can't
That's
play
O.J.
in LA
Simpson's
anymore. They have to move to Dallas. Just stuff hit the wall. Emotional fiasco.
Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's daughter. She
Could
is.
be. You
Look,
never know.
Google it. There's so many clues
Hey.
out there. It's like the Da Vinci Code, but with fat Armenian women
And a murderer.
and a murderer.
No, he was acquitted.
So
even though we all know he did it.
Kind of more exciting than the Da Vinci Code, I think, when you factor all that in. It's like a better Da Vinci Code. Sweet. Anyways.
All right, and anywho, after Lamar Odom, Dwight Howard, the whole, trying to get Van Gundy
And
fired and all this other
And
crap.
Van Gundy could not have taken a better approach to this.
Dude,
They
Van
go to
Gundy
Van
was
Gundy in a press
hilarious.
conference. They say, Coach Van Gundy, is it true that Dwight Howard tried to go to the GM and have you fired? And he said, yeah, from what I've heard, I'm pretty sure he wants me out. But, I don't care. What am I going to do? Honestly, he's like, it's 12:02 right now. If I'm unemployed at 12:05, I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch TV or play video games. I'll find something else to do. So, like, I don't know if he wants to be there anymore.
Well, see, and he
From
makes the
sound of
best stance because, like, obviously Howard is trying to piss him off because he doesn't like him, so he's trying to find ways to piss him off. And Van Gundy's like, whatever, dude. And that's the best way to get back at people who are trying to piss you off is like, really? Do I care?
I think
no, I don't
here's
care.
what happens. Next season, maybe halfway through, maybe at the end of the season. So we're either looking at the trade deadline or next off season, not this upcoming one, the one after. Dwight's gone.
Oh, yeah.
I think Stan stays. I think they keep Van Gundy. I think because he's here to try to win for the Orlando Magic.
And
as
Howard's
opposed to
there.
Dwight Howard, who's just trying to wait for his time to pass and leave.
Yeah, and get the money because that's all any other players are there for is money. Not one of them care about team and winning.
That's true.
He's going to run his mouth saying, oh, I want to win. No, dude, you just want your paycheck and you want your paycheck your way.
Pretty much.
So
that's pretty much.
You know what? I'm done with all of them.
All right, well, thank you. And now we move over to mine. And as promised, we're going to talk a little Cuba. Ozzie Guillen, known for running his mouth. That's nothing new. What is new is what he ran it about. In a recent interview this past weekend, he had some positive things to say about Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. He mentioned that it's impressive that someone could remain in power as long as he has, over 50 plus years, and ended it by saying 4 little words that may have just cost this man his job. I love Fidel Castro.
Oh my God, what a
What? What?
In
Okay,
my-
if he says this in Chicago, we probably write it off because honestly, we've been desensitized to Ozzie Guillen.
Yeah,
because
it's
Ozzie Guillen's
just Ozzie
always
being Ozzie.
he's always has diarrhea of the mouth.
Right.
He doesn't shut up, And we just exactly Ozzie being Ozzie. What are you gonna do? But not here. You're like a block and a half away from an area called Little Cuba, filled with about 1 million people who escaped Cuba because of Fidel Castro. And now all these Cuban American interest groups are saying, we're boycotting the team. And no one ever went to Marlins games before. Nobody. In, what are they calling it now? Sun Life Stadium, Land Shark, whatever.
I don't know.
When they shared it with the Dolphins. Now they're in the new park, and they spent money this time. First time in a long time. They actually took out their checkbooks. And they need people at this new place to pay for the new place and to pay for the new team. They need you and they need your money. And Ozzie Guillen may have just removed all money from anyone that's Cuban, which in Miami
It's like half the population.
is all of them.
Yeah.
It's Cubans and the elderly and the Miami Heat. And those are the only people that are in Miami right now. I mean, he honestly, I never thought I'd say this, but based on what he said, I think Ozzie Guillen loses his job.
He could.
I think he might be out by the end of the week. I mean,
I don't think so.
There's no way they can back away from saying this here. It's like coaching a team in China and saying something about how you hate the Chinese.
I think they'll suspend him.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if they do start a boycott, if all Cuban American people don't go to the games, then they're screwed.
But think about it. If he can't say he loves or likes Fidel Castro, then they're taking away his freedom of speech.
But they're not, though, because here's the thing. And here's the thing what people don't understand. You have freedom of speech, yes. But you need to understand when you say things that are going to cause problems, you have to deal with those problems. Yeah. It's not like I'm free to say whatever I want and you can't say anything back. You can't do anything about it.
But that doesn't give a right for an organization or your job to say you're fired because you love or like Fidel Castro.
But they'll fire him. Okay, let's be honest here, though.
This all because of the image?
No, not even necessarily the image, because what the image does. This all comes down to the dollar. All they care about is asses in the seats to pay for that stadium and pay for the new players on this team. If they boycott it, if they stop coming, if numbers start to drop, they have no choice but to let him go.
They won't be able to pay their bills. It'll be like the LA Dodgers all over again.
People are going to turn around and still come to the game regardless of what he says.
People aren't going to the games now.
People weren't going to the Marlins games to begin with. I mean, people weren't going last year. And the years before that.
Okay, so you can't blame that on him.
Well, now they're not
now
going.
They're going because
they
it's a new
started
stadium.
to go, and now
so
they're
the
going to be
numbers start
like,
to go
well,
there.
we're not going back until he's gone. He's going to be going, and then they're going to come
I
back.
doubt that's going to happen.
I really think he could lose his job. Tom, baseball pundit, weigh in.
No, he does not lose his job.
No, you're wrong. Get out of here.
You're wrong. We're putting a wall up.
Does he face anything here? Or do we just let him
He
keep
left the
going?
team's road trip to come back to Miami to hold a press conference.
Yeah,
Obviously, something's going
this is
down.
serious stuff.
I think there might be a self-imposed suspension where
Self-imposed in quotes, probably.
Yes, where upper management might tell him, "Hey, you're gonna have to take a break," and just tell everyone that it's your decision and that you want to take a break and rethink things. But he'll be back. He'll be with Miami for the rest of this year and more years to come.
It's going to be a whole
until they collapse.
It's going to be just like an old Don Imus or Dog the Bounty Hunter thing. Look, Dog didn't lose his show; he's still on. Don Imus said he was sorry; he still got his show. So
it's true. No, it's true, and I understand with that side of it and everything. But the thing is, those guys have markets that are across the country and really globally, I guess, sort of. They have like a lot of people to go to. This is he just insulted, pretty much pissed off his target market, the target audience, the exact people that you're trying to get to come and watch you and pay attention.
How many
are
times
the people he took the shot at?
How many times it's one of our players here in Cleveland did something that we didn't like or disapproved of, and we got over it and we moved on.
Nothing to this extent.
Yeah, no.
I don't think anything's going to happen.
Nothing where he came out and praised a malicious dictator who persecutes his people and takes away their freedoms.
Yeah, but the other thing that we didn't hear the whole content or context of the story, neither, because we don't know. Maybe he was like saying it in jest, or he was just, or maybe. I'm not defending the guy. If he said it, he's stupid for saying it. But the problem is that I don't think anything. I really don't think anything's really going to happen to him. I think he'll get suspended, and that's it.
I mean, we'll see. He might escape, still with his job. But I'm just saying, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see him finally get fired over something he says.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a whole new ball game, pun intended. Especially because you mentioned Imus and Dog Bunny and stuff. And those guys are media people. They're in the media and stuff like that.
I wouldn't call Dog the Bounty Hunter a media person.
He's got a show.
Who cares?
But I mean, this guy it's not even supposed to be about this. So it's like he's coming out and saying stuff when it's like you didn't even need to comment.
He's a dude with a mohawk that carries a paintball.
All right, well, Don Imus is a media personality.
Yeah, if you want to call him that too.
Well, no, he by definition is a media personality. It was a radio show.
He's decrepit.
He's the media. Well, yeah, he's old as crap.
Right.
But I mean, he's still a media personality.
Right.
Whose job it is to talk about these kinds of things and stuff. Granted, he said something he probably should have avoided, but still, he's basically doing his job, and then the controversy happened in the midst of him doing his job. This isn't even his job. His job is to manage a baseball team, and then he's going to come out with comments on things, and it's like what really urinates me off is however you feel about this guy, you didn't have to say anything, and you shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, but okay,
But nobody's like, what's your take on him? Like, you have to talk about him. You can say no comment.
But this was done in a public forum, right?
Him making the comments?
The comment, yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. All right, well, if it was done in a public forum in front of cameras or in front of microphones for the media, then, yeah, he's looking for, publicity or something.
Well, this is what I
and plus the other thing, you got to think about it. It might be a publicity stunt, too, to get asses in the seats, too.
It could be, but he's pissing off the people whose asses are supposed to be in the seats.
Yeah.
Cuban American groups right now are trying to organize boycotts of the team
until they fire him.
And I mean, we'll see what happens. Well, as always, of course, High on Sports will keep you posted on. Remember, check out our Facebook. Just search High on Sports Radio, and like us if you don't already do. All right, well, that's going to do it for what's urinating us off. And real quick before we get to the end of the show here. Actually, real quick, Von Erich, it's time for a new segment every week until he's done. We're going to update you with our Moyer Moment, where we keep tabs on 49-year-old starting pitcher Jamie Moyer and what he's done this week. Von Erich, what has Jamie Moyer done this week?
Well, he did not get the win. He actually got the loss in his one start this week. Gave up several home runs, and over the course of 80 pitches, there was only one pitch that went over 80 miles per hour.
Huge success. Best bit of the show. Right there. That's a keeper. All right. Now, before we go, real quick, our NFL mock draft of the week. I'm just going to give you the top 5. This comes to us from Draft Calc. Colts, Andrew Luck. Redskins, RG3. Vikings, Matt Kalo. Browns, Trent Richardson. Buccaneers, Morris Claiborne. And with the 22nd pick, it has the Browns selecting Jonathan Martin, offensive tackle out of Stanford. All right, 3 up, 3 down time. Same way we end every show. And we're going to start, oddly enough, this week with down. Down number 3, Lamar Odom. Mavericks let the former 6th man of the year go, and he's not eligible. He can go anywhere else he wants, but not eligible to play in the postseason with anyone else. Down number 2, Baylor's basketball program, both men and women, facing possible sanctions for illegal phone calls and texts during recruiting that they weren't allowed to do, tallying about 1,200 combined calls and texts that were done against NCAA rules. Down number 1, Sean Payton. Appeal turned down, suspended for the whole year. Up number 3, Lester Hudson of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah.
Signed another 10-day contract today, and after a 23-point game and a 26-point game and a buzzer beater to send it to overtime, many people believe he may soon sign a contract that is measured in years, not days. Up number 2, the New York Mets. 3-0 while they're, friends from that city. The Yankees are 0-3. The team to watch in the Empire City is the New York Mets. And up number 1, Bubba Watson won the Masters after a 2-hole playoff. Get some, Bubba. Get some. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Remember, again, no show. Well, not a new show next week, but it will be a best of. So you still want to check that out. Best of High on Sports next Monday night at 7. And the week after that, so 2 weeks from today, we come back with our draft preview special, including my first round mock draft and so much more.
And Ashley eats a hot dog.
And Ashley either eats a hot dog or makes a Facebook timeline.
I don't
for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you 2 weeks from today. Monday night, the 23rd. At 7 p.m. Thank you so much for listening to High on Sports on MorningShowCentral.com.
Peace.
#USA.